High blood pressure, also known as hypertension, is often called the silent killer. Why? Because it quietly damages your arteries, heart, brain and kidneys, often without a single symptom, until one day it results in a life-changing event like a stroke or heart attack. In the United States, nearly half of adults live with elevated blood pressure, and the risk rises sharply after the age of 60. But here's the hopeful part. Your daily food choices can either push your blood pressure higher or gently bring it back down. The foods you eat don't just fill your stomach. They send powerful messages to your blood vessels, your heart, and your entire cardiovascular system. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 everyday foods that can help lower blood pressure naturally. These are not exotic superfoods that cost a fortune. They're simple, accessible, and backed by solid science. You'll learn why they work, the research behind them, how to include them in your meals, and important precautions to keep in mind. Before we begin, if you care about keeping your heart strong and living your healthiest years, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you won't miss the practical science-based tips I share every week. So, what exactly should you be eating if you want to protect your heart and maintain healthy blood pressure? Let's go through these 7 powerhouse foods one by one. I'll explain the science, share the studies, and give you simple, tasty ways to make them part of your everyday meals. And remember, even one small change in your diet can set you on the path to better health. Food number 1. Leafy green vegetables. Leafy greens such as spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, and arugula are some of the most powerful allies you can have in the fight against high blood pressure. Their secret weapon is potassium, a mineral that plays a direct role in regulating blood pressure. Potassium helps your kidneys filter sodium out of your bloodstream. And since excess sodium is a major cause of fluid retention and vessel constriction, lowering sodium levels allows your blood vessels to relax. In addition to potassium, leafy greens contain natural nitrates. These nitrates are converted by your body into nitric oxide, a gas that relaxes and widens your blood vessels, a process known as vasodilation. This widening reduces the resistance your heart has to pump against, directly lowering your blood pressure. Scientific evidence strongly supports this. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who consumed a nitrate-rich diet from leafy greens experienced significant drops in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure within just a few weeks. Another trial conducted with older adults showed that eating spinach daily improved arterial elasticity, and stiff arteries are a key factor in age-related hypertension. How to apply it? You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Start by adding a handful of fresh spinach to your morning omelette, blending kale into a smoothie with banana and almond milk, or tossing arugula into your pasta dishes. Sauté Swiss chard with garlic and olive oil for a flavorful dinner side. Precautions. If you take blood-thinning medications like warfarin, be mindful that leafy greens are high in vitamin K, which affects clotting. This doesn't mean you should avoid them. Just keep your intake consistent and discuss it with your doctor. Also, wash greens thoroughly before eating raw and avoid boiling them for too long, which can strip away nutrients. A real-life example. One of my patients, a 72-year-old retired teacher, began eating a spinach salad with lunch every day. Over 3 months, her systolic blood pressure dropped by 6 mmHg without any medication changes. She told me she felt lighter and more energetic. A small change, big impact. Food number 2. Berries. Berries, including blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries, are nature's candy, but far more powerful than their sweet taste suggests. They're loaded with anthocyanins, plant pigments that act as antioxidants and improve the health of your blood vessels. Anthocyanins stimulate the production of nitric oxide, which, just like with leafy greens, helps your arteries relax and widens them for better blood flow. They also reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which can damage the delicate lining of your arteries. In a study involving more than 34,000 women, those with the highest anthocyanin intake had an 8% lower risk of developing high blood pressure compared to those with the lowest intake. Another clinical trial found that drinking a daily blueberry smoothie for 8 weeks reduced systolic blood pressure by 5 mmHg. How to apply it? Add fresh or frozen blueberries to your oatmeal, mix strawberries into Greek yogurt, or toss raspberries into spinach salad for a sweet tart twist. Frozen berries are an excellent option when fresh ones aren't in season. They retain their nutrients and are often more affordable. Precautions. If you have diabetes, berries are still a healthy choice thanks to their fiber content, but you'll want to watch portion sizes and pair them with protein to avoid blood sugar spikes. Also, if you're taking blood thinners, cranberries in large amounts may interact. Check with your doctor. I once worked with an 80-year-old gentleman who replaced his nightly ice cream dessert with a cup of mixed berries and a dollop of whipped cream. Not only did his blood pressure improve, but his cholesterol numbers dropped, and he felt less sluggish after meals. Food number 3, beets. Beets are one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, the same vessel-relaxing compound we've talked about. But beets stand out because their nitrate content is among the highest of any vegetable. A study published in the journal Hypertension found that a single glass of beetroot juice reduced systolic blood pressure by 8 mmHg in people with hypertension, with the effect lasting up to 24 hours. Another trial showed that even one serving of cooked beets improved vessel dilation within hours. How to apply it? Roast beets for a sweet, earthy side dish, grate them raw into salads, or blend cooked beets into a smoothie with apple, ginger, and lemon. Beetroot juice is another option. Just make sure it's 100% pure with no added sugar. Precautions. Beets are high in oxalates, which can contribute to kidney stones in susceptible people, so moderation is important. The red pigment can also cause harmless bituria, pink or red urine, so don't be alarmed. One of my patients, a 68-year-old man, started drinking half a cup of beetroot juice before his morning walk. Within a month, his systolic pressure consistently ran 4 to 5 points lower, and he reported feeling more energetic on his walks. Food number 4, oats. Oats are a simple, budget-friendly food that can make a big difference in blood pressure control. Their key nutrient is beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber that helps reduce cholesterol, improve blood vessel function, and stabilize blood sugar. Lower cholesterol means less plaque buildup inside your arteries, which improves blood flow and reduces the pressure your heart must work against. A study published in the Journal of Family Practice found that people who ate oats daily for 12 weeks experienced a drop in systolic blood pressure by 7 mmHg and diastolic pressure by 5 mmHg. Another meta-analysis confirmed that oats can lower both cholesterol and blood pressure, particularly in older adults. How to apply it? A warm bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh berries is a perfect breakfast for heart health. You can also prepare overnight oats by soaking rolled oats with milk or yogurt, chia seeds and fruit for a ready-to-eat morning meal. Oat flour can be used in baking healthy muffins or pancakes. Precautions. Opt for plain oats rather than instant-flavored packets, which often contain added sugar and sodium. If you're sensitive to gluten, choose certified gluten-free oats to avoid cross-contamination. Increase fiber intake gradually and drink enough water to prevent digestive discomfort. I had a 70-year-old patient who swapped her morning buttered toast for oatmeal with cinnamon and blueberries. 3 months later, her LDL cholesterol was down by 15 points, and her blood pressure had improved enough that the doctor reduced her medication dose. Food number 5, garlic. Garlic has been used for centuries as both food and medicine, and modern science confirms its blood pressure-lowering benefits. Its active compound, allicin, is released when garlic is chopped or crushed, and it helps relax blood vessels by increasing nitric oxide and hydrogen sulfide production. A meta-analysis in the Journal of Nutrition found that garlic supplementation reduced systolic blood pressure by 8 mmHg and diastolic pressure by 5 mmHg, effects comparable to some antihypertensive medications. Aged garlic extract in particular has been shown to improve arterial elasticity in older adults. How to apply it? Add chopped garlic to soups, stews or stir-fries. Roast whole garlic cloves for a milder, sweeter flavor, or mix fresh minced garlic with olive oil for a healthy bread dip. Let chopped garlic sit for 5 to 10 minutes before cooking to maximize allicin formation. Precautions. Garlic can increase bleeding risk if you're on blood-thinning medication, so check with your doctor. Some people may also experience digestive upset if they consume large amounts raw. A 65-year-old gentleman I worked with began adding 2 cloves of fresh garlic to his evening meal. Within 2 months, his blood pressure readings improved enough that his physician considered adjusting his medication plan. Food number 6, fatty fish. Fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, sardines and trout are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s reduce inflammation, improve the flexibility of blood vessel walls, and decrease triglyceride levels, all of which support healthy blood pressure. A review in the American Journal of Hypertension found that omega-3 supplementation lowered systolic blood pressure by an average of 4 mmHg and diastolic pressure by 2 mmHg. Eating fish twice a week has also been linked to better arterial function and reduced risk of heart disease in older adults. How to apply it? Grill salmon with lemon and herbs, bake mackerel with olive oil, or enjoy sardines on whole grain crackers. Aim for at least 2 servings per week, with each serving about the size of your palm. Precautions. Choose low-mercury options such as salmon, sardines and trout, especially if you eat fish often. If you don't like fish, omega-3 supplements can be an alternative, but always consult your doctor before starting them. One of my patients, an 82-year-old woman, made it a tradition to have baked salmon with her granddaughter every Sunday. Not only did her blood pressure improve, but she also cherished the bonding time and looked forward to those meals each week. Food number 7, nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds like almonds, walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, and pumpkin seeds are nutrient-dense foods that pack magnesium, potassium, healthy fats, and plant protein, all essential for blood pressure regulation. Magnesium in particular helps relax blood vessel walls, reducing vascular resistance. A study in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that people who regularly consumed nuts had a significantly lower risk of hypertension. Another trial showed that daily flaxseed consumption reduced systolic blood pressure by 10 mmHg in hypertensive patients. How to apply it? Add chia or flax seeds to your morning oats or yogurt, snack on a small handful of almonds, or sprinkle walnuts over salads. Pumpkin seeds can be roasted with a touch of olive oil for a crunchy, satisfying snack. Precautions. Choose unsalted varieties to avoid excess sodium and keep portion sizes moderate, about a small handful per day, as nuts are calorie-dense. If you have a nut allergy, seeds are an excellent alternative. A 69-year-old retired nurse started carrying a small bag of mixed nuts in her purse instead of candy. Over time, not only did her blood pressure improve, but her afternoon energy slumps disappeared. High blood pressure doesn't appear overnight. It develops slowly over years of everyday habits. But that also means it can be improved, even reversed, by making consistent, small changes to your lifestyle. And diet is one of the most powerful tools you have. The 7 foods we've talked about, leafy greens, berries, beets, oats, garlic, fatty fish, and nuts and seeds, work in different but complementary ways. Some help your body get rid of excess sodium, others relax your blood vessels, and others lower cholesterol or reduce inflammation. When you combine them in your weekly meals, you're giving your body a steady supply of nutrients that directly support heart health. Think of your blood vessels like the plumbing in your home. Over time, poor diet choices, too much salt, sugar, processed food, can clog and stiffen those pipes. But with each serving of these heart-healthy foods, you're gently cleaning and maintaining that system, making it easier for your heart to pump blood without strain. I've seen this transformation in many of my older patients. A 74-year-old man who used to rely heavily on processed meats began replacing them with baked salmon twice a week and adding spinach to his lunch. A 69-year-old woman swapped her sugary snacks for berries and mixed nuts. Over months, both saw their blood pressure drop naturally, their energy improve, and their doctors reduce their medications. Here's what you can do starting today. Pick one of these foods and add it to a meal you're already eating. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate recipes at first. Build gradually until most of these foods are part of your regular diet. Pair these changes with daily movement, good hydration, and quality sleep for the best results. A gentle reminder, these foods are powerful, but they are not a replacement for prescribed medications. If you're on blood pressure medicine, work with your doctor before making any major changes. Sometimes, as your health improves, your medication needs may decrease, but it should always be a guided decision. And if you're just starting your journey toward better heart health, remember, it's never too late. Your body has an amazing capacity to heal when given the right tools. Every bite is a choice, and each choice can move you closer to or further away from the health you want. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps this information reach more people who need it. And for more practical, science-backed health tips for living your strongest years, subscribe and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss a video that could make a real difference in your life or the life of someone you love. Your heart works tirelessly for you every day. Now it's time to return the favor, starting with your very next meal.